What the Ashe does is her passive applies the slow, which means that when the E comes through, it then root into stun. So that's the initial synergy that the two champions can provide.
It's much of a muchness with mid just equalizing and neutralizing, as Yike is going to start this dragon and actually take it with ease. Caliste and Busio, they're using that pressure in bot to open up the early Drake for KC.
Yeah, so a nice advantage gained for KC to kick this one off.
Queen.
Already heal popped. They just walk up and go for a fight. Oh, heal traded.
Oh, Caliste just walks it past and
harder to react to because he's just.
And I guess you can kite in the team fight as well, right?
Exactly. Like, that's also the other thing, right? It's got a multitude of uses. As a nice trade comes out from G2.
Oh, sidestep on Aqua Prison. The Encore does connect, and rather the flash forward, Caliste on the Han Summer. Now Labrov, the new target. They've got the slow down. The damage from Busio going to help out Mega as the flash from Labrov comes out. No summoners on G2's bot lane.
Caliste is super close to 6, though. I think he hits it off this last minion.
There it is.
They can look for the ult under tower.
Caliste going to send it, waiting, getting vision, waiting. No. Labrov is the only one still in dodge. SkewMond is now level 6 as well. He's got the Cataclysm. Flash, knock up there as well. The arrow comes out a moment too late. Caliste is dead to SkewMond's well-timed game. Meanwhile, we look towards mid lane. Kyeahoo about to turn into a little egg, but Cap can't find the last shot. Yike here.
Also in the area, has level 6. Doesn't connect. The ghost popped just there.
You cannot get hit by the range creeps. And Canna knows with one win the wall. He finds a kill, flashes, outplays, overheating, done Electro Harpoon, gets the slow. Canna under turret. BrokenBlade almost dies. Canna's still alive. Both at 1 HP.
Canna's no mana.
We're doing it again. BrokenBlade. No, he's not going to go on to turret.
BrokenBlade has to leave because he knows that people are coming from base. Wow, very close from both top laners playing at the very edge of their limit. Both flashes gone, no one falls. Here is Busio in the top lane as Yike turns his attention towards the grubs.
SkewMond did get the dragon while that was all going on, though, so in the grand scheme of things, I think you're still happy with the way this is going as G2.
No, Leandre's
wait, that's a TP back from Rumble.
It is, he's just running into Busio, he's overheating again, he's frying it up. Encore saves the life as the ultimate comes through from Yike. That may have just done it, but Cap Slug forward to secure the kill on Busio. Now for KC, they've got to play the rest of the fight as the arrow connects. BrokenBlade's down. Yike is next on the ground. SkewMond in the Cataclysm and Aqua Prison. Safe and sound. That's what KC thought when they initiated this fight. But Caps following up. Again, good damage. It's slow, but it's doing the job as Canna runs for his life. Aqua Prison again. Flag and drag. Canna will not escape this time. Caliste, the last one standing.
G2 had more members who could move to the fight, and they're still going to go.
Caliste stepped up to the wave. Big mistake, pal. It's G2, and they are unrelenting.
An unbelievable scrap in the top against what is a very short-range composition. Should be super difficult to play against, especially with all the poke that you have. Oh, SkewMond, has he overstepped? Ashe arrow?
There's a public execution. Encore flies through as well. SkewMond at half HP, rooted up. Tidal wave zoning out. SkewMond flag and drags away with the wall. As you said, Betty, the call comes through and Kyeahoo negates the escape.
Because the one thing I wanted to hit on was the value that this Seraphine gets with all the different components that she has here. Because you dive in with Yike, you immediately get Busio's follow-up with the ult. Yike then shields, immediately gets the heal off of Busio's W. All of these little bits and pieces are working so well together that this Seraphine is getting insane value alongside now G2 overstepping into the jungle and giving these pick opportunities to KC.
Now the Ashe arrow combo into Ambessa.
Dodge the back flank though. Canna, two-man shield of Duran. And with Busio laying down the CC, Han Summer is a dead man walking. Busio will die in the end. Caliste shielded out, but Canna with the angle and the security there as Rumwalk comes in. KC have already done the job. I don't think Caps can do much, but Equalizer proves me wrong. Yike hit pretty hard here as Caps, remember, fed level 12 rise. Can't under turret though. You might be surprised as G2 have enough damage to penetrate his hard shell.
G2 turn the play back around, crucially getting the kills, but also matching the turret plates that Kyeahoo's going to be able to take on these side lanes. So G2 now, position on Dragon, should turn up in the play.
But they tanked the tower a little too long. Caliste is basically forced out of the fight, and then G2 say, okay, let's keep this fight going. Good Rumble ultimate, good chase down onto Canna, SkewMond arrives, and KC don't have any tools left to contest the respawn of the Dragon.
I wonder if you're worried though, Canna got the double kill there. Canna has the kills on KC outside of Yike. Gold is getting back into their favor as Caps are just chasing down his pop. The Ghost He's in a 1v2 with a health bar advantage, and now there stands an egg. Cabs has put him into his own frosted misery as Yike is going to bring it on back, but shield comes out. Cabs gets hold and flashes. That's Cap for you. It's winter, but not as you know it.
In a 2 versus 1, Caps finds the outplay, and now this game is really going as Casey is fighting back in the mid lane. G2 find ways to outplay a 5-0-1 scoreline for the man in the mid lane as Canna's now the target.
Well, BrokenBlade is taking a lot of turret shots. That's nice. Busio's on the way. Canna has the damage, and with Busio there, you would have thought they'd follow up, but still a little bit scared.
G2 had the push in mid. We already had Labrov roaming down. They don't really feel comfortable going into the 2v3 potentially. But Canna.
Do they have the damage? Flag and track. Well, maybe they do. BrokenBlade sitting on the outskirts of the Cataclysm. Shield as Rand doesn't reach. Wins the war neither as well. Double knock up. And BrokenBlade is shifting gears.
And G2 find themselves once again with a 3.3k gold lead.
Cap's pretending his gold stack right now. 700 plus the kill bonus. I mean, that guy's worth 1,000 gold. You need to take down Caps. 3,500 gold, G2 2 Dragon, 3 minutes till the next, but Baron is a possibility with one more mistake for either team. But right now it looks like G2's controlling the flow. With Herald getting free charge in mid, not many people there to defend, as inner might be a possibility as well.
Just get charge.
To get a charge.
But it still, what an impressive performance from G2.
Snapping by securing this tower in the top side to get even more gold funneled into him. KC don't really have any of the plays that they can look to make. That Ash Arrow, always the threat of catching someone off.
Please try and fish for picks. I know that you still have the cleanse on Han Sama, which is why KC didn't overcommit. But you're still seeing it's hesitation from KC.
Oi, big one.
Poke.
Really good. Flag and drag not there, just a drag instead. G2 thinking about their angle. Canna happy to face check, but it's Caps again. The wall's out. Hansama goes back for the equalizers. Beautiful. SkewMond jumps in with the encore. Even better from Busio. Into the egg, but it's still a 5v4 as Kyeahoo is used to deflect. Caps in the way is Canna again, but look at the AP carries. Caps going to realm off, interrupted by an arrow. Busio and Yike running to the left, but Hans is on a damn automobile. As Yike looks for the Mega Blast Cone, he will escape. But G2 just don't lose fights right now.
Caps is too big to let that happen. The actualizer completed. He is ripping through members of KC. And they did everything to try and keep Kyeahoo alive. But with Busio and Canna, it's not enough.
The thing that really caught KC off guard was the
G2, so we'll have to see if they can make this work now as Hans on mid wave.
Angle's good. Hanzo is connecting these big ones, these big rockets as he gets out with the Valkyrie, flashed away from the public execution tidal wave just in case. But meanwhile, Canna has to ulti to escape. That grand exit is down as KC get a double beat drop. It's good, and encore onto Caps as well, but the equalizer, the hot pot. G2 have been to China. They know the Peyz. As who's the first to go down with a realm warp chase. You ain't out of dodge yet. The flames emit, and KC are getting a dose of reality as Yike goes against his old Eddie carry, but he will die to do so. G2 put him in the dirt again.
Every single fight, G2 just melts through KC. They tried to target Hans.
What a day BB's having in both these games now. I mean, the setup of these ultis is crispy clean, and now minute 50, that Dragon coming up. Great comeback from MCoy through that. Brother, I think you need to fast forward the VOD. We are in the G2 series now. You, sir, you're about 4 hours behind, and someone needs to tell him as Equalizer comes out again just to poke him down.
This is what happens when you tell people to go back and watch the other games.
Yeah,
This is
that's true.
Wow, MCoy dominated. Bro. Okay, we're past that. Let's catch up as I don't think KC are arrow, dodge, auto attack, turret down, Caps just smooth.
That looked casual.
He just
popped
care.
the ghost and was like, yeah, this isn't going to happen. And Caliste honestly hasn't been able to connect into these arrows realistically all game long. Like, we haven't seen them come to fruition. And G2 now minimizing the map space that KC has makes it nigh on impossible for them to fish for these picks now.
Caps has been on a tear. I mean, it's another game. It's like the MCoy series where it's going to be hard to pick an MVP here. But G2 on the final step here. Almost 10k gold lead. The big one connects. Canna goes for an engage. He finds himself Hansama with the cleanse out as well. Even with the charge, they'll finally take him down. It's a big moment for KC, but they need more. They need Caps. The King of Europe flashes over as Canna. He used the commit, but the hotbot out again. Even out the Cataclysm. The Kyeahoo, it's good. But G2 has SkewMond with healing and a GA. They're backing away. KC have a free kill, and G2 have overstepped. Game still goes on. Someone kills SkewMond as KC get revenge.
And 20 seconds until the Dragon Soul for G2 as well. KC may have just pulled off a defense that nets them more time in this game. G2 teleporting in, hoping for a pick as KC might come in staggered.
I mean, a much needed defense from KC. The chain CC onto Hansama finally results in a kill, but he is now back alive. The biggest difference is that smite availability. SkewMond, 24 seconds until he's back on the Rift. G2 have 4 members ready to fight, but KC have 5. The Dragon is started. I don't see how G2 can really contest this.
No, but they're thinking about it regardless. Arrows up and available. Dragon close, equalizer down. Maybe it's for the fight afterwards, but KC get the Dragon and get out. Objective bounty from 9.5 to 6.5. 3,000 gold, but they're hosting it. But it's either going to be G2 or KC who are going to be joining, bare minimum top 3.
And we're going to get to see that upper match on Monday as well. First best of 5 of the LEC versus
G2 are looking to find a playoff, them committing for BrokenBlade, but now he's flashless.
Still though, KC invested a lot, and G2 know it.
Cataclysm down onto Yike, flag and drag, Aqua Prison as well onto Kyeahoo's the next target. KC are separated here, Encore only onto 2, Caps was golden, and Caps unleashes hell. The shield, unreal as BrokenBlade gets low as well, but look what's happening here. The egg is down, Kyeahoo was too far aground, and G2 take another.
Caps is just a one-man army. He stands. I don't think there's a contest here from KC. No. They're going to be too late. They don't have the vision. They'll now spot that it's going down. Yike has ult to get over the wall, but does he have a tool to get through?
Hang on now.
Equalizer down. The wall is giant. SkewMond playing for the smite, and Yike takes it. I remember him as the smite king, and SkewMond gets scored, but the flag and drag re-engage was genius. Canna goes back on in, and SkewMond still survives. Canna on the back of the pick, can't get out. And now with the Realm Warp, KC is coming crashing down. Great encore, but we need Caliste to get the fight. He takes 1, but BrokenBlade on the back end is too much to handle. Hide as he may, Busio's dead, and Kyeahoo will be the only Baron to survive.
4 Barons gone. G2 with a dominant team fight once more. Kyeahoo doing his best to retreat as the top is getting pushed in. An inhibitor can maybe be secured. Caps and SkewMond on the hunt. They want to make sure that every Baron is taken off.
Seen, and he's out. So it won't be.
I mean, they're just stalling the game outright. Now, the problem is that Soul is about to be spawned once again. KC have to get back out onto the map. Look at what Caps is doing, keeping that mid-wave pushed in. Galio's ulti is available. Yeah, it's soon.
But Hans has no flash and no cleanse. That's the target for KC before you can try and take down the Rise.
The wall zone, SkewMond's the first target. Equalizer good again. Caliste sent to the back line at half HP. He's healed up as Canna TV's in, but Yike in the pit. Denies, stalls. That's the game for KC to hold it. Encore flies through on a hard time, but he's too far away. Meanwhile, Gia's going to be Popper Caps in the middle of 4 people. Has to now carry, but you know he can. Again, Caps is still alive. It's a double beat drop down as G2 back and forth with the shielding. Unreal. The mid lane are getting popped. He goes Zonya's, so there's no Realm Warp, but Busio, the last man standing, and Caps is just too tall, too big, too much of the EU region to take down, and G2 in playoffs are just that good as Busio finally dies.
9-0-9. Caps demolishes KC. Caps takes down our first seed, and Caps punches G2's ticket to Barcelona.
We forget that this region might be G2's BrokenBlade.
As his impact was also
Either
absent.
fall off the pedal, playing it slow, or do they want to try and find picks and find some way to take KC out before they can continue to stack more of these items?
Caps is naturally having a fantastic game.
Labrov just face check, tidal wave used, but a public execution, an arrow. Labrov cannot be making that kind of mistake.
Pick after pick, KC are finding them. They've been can be the difference maker to enable KC to win out on the fight.
He's equal in items because BrokenBlade is holding the last slot for Hansama before he gets 7 items. So for this Corki, he's now dead even with Caliste, and the GA advantage means it gives another Bullet in the chamber. Public execution found again. Labrov. Canna pops the ulti, but Labrov is down. But look at what Busio just did. Canna big shielded around as well. Yike, he's trying to bring the game on back, but KC have found the fight. Caps has got the kill on the back line, but he's at half HP. KC have infinite sustain. It's a hack right now, and they're back at full HP.
In the front to back, KC is coming out ahead. Kyeahoo is chasing after G2, who are on the retreat. They know that they don't have their jungler, so they have to make this Baron impossible. BrokenBlade now the target.
Shielders around there, turret now down, trying to drop the beat as Busio flash away from BrokenBlade. Caliste has got the slow and the damage to boot. Caps are slowed down. A shutdown, gentlemen. I see a shutdown. I see a...
But this is what we mentioned earlier. Caliste has the damage to win out on the team fight. SkewMond has snuck his way behind. KC, I do not think that they know.
The pings are going down. They're thinking he's somewhere there. Found onto Busio. SkewMond for the engage. Caliste flashes away. Cataclysm there, but SkewMond is separated from the team. He goes into GA, but remember, KC have heals. It'll be a 5 versus 4, and SkewMond cannot get out. Public execution used from Yike, but KC have the dragon and soul all for themselves.
Steal after steal after steal. Yike has kept KC within touching distance, and now KC may have just pulled off the biggest heist in this series.
It felt like that this game couldn't be lost for G2, but pick after pick, steal after steal, little by little, KC have fought their way back into this game. And with no enemy jungler to steal this one away, that will be a Baron secured. And KC telling everyone watching that this series is not over just yet.
All right. I mean, gold doesn't mean anything, but it is telling a story of where this...
The tenacity as well is so nice.
That's
for
a really
things
good
like
point,
the
yeah.
Rise that are looking to lock him down. But also, this Chemtech Dragon is going to do a lot of work. When you think about what Busio is doing in this game, and then you're keeping people topped up for longer. Like, this is the perfect soul for KC.
You can play at those thresholds.
Important to recognize that Caps, his gold lead is massive. It's so big, in fact, that he had a full 6-item build, sold his Banshees, then bought a Death Cap. But I don't know if that matters. He knows that he needs more damage, but right now, can he actually gain access? Because the reason why Onivia is a counter to Rise is because of his range. It becomes really hard for Rise to play in these fights when Onivia is zoning off all of your space and making it impossible to get in range of the carries and for you to do the damage that you want to. KC's composition has reached the point where it's so much harder for G2 to play. And now with the Baron, they'll secure another tower and they edge closer to the base of G2.
Arrow.
The pick doesn't quite hit.
Just a little bit longer. Hansama steps up and Caliste spaces him. That arrow up and available to shoot out. Full vision onto G2. Caps, Mega Blast Cone, looking for an angle. 8K, still the AoE, the setup, the equalizer, beautiful. The health bars dropping, the Cataclysm of Flash, and G2, no!
Yike again!
Stole the Elder again! Caps gonna get burnt down. KC have the fight. Canna with his dying breath will find himself a knockup. G2 have 3, KC on 3, but Elder trumps all.
But the minions are in mid lane. KC are looking to go for the end. They can start the push. G2, a smite again comes in to make the difference for KC.
With the back here as well, I mean, G2 are going to pull up one hell of a defense. KC are going to be confident. GA's available for mid for 80 carry. Caliste is doing so much damage. If he gets a free hit, this game goes to 3. Minions pulling in. Inhibitor turrets, rather Nexus, are vulnerable, but Hansama clears the way. He gets out of dodge. Last minion gone. Caliste doesn't care though. He's got shielding. 1 Nexus turret down.
Busio is happy to just shield the whole way through.
KC is unrelenting. The Rumble ultimate to try and stop the wave.
Hansama survives. The Valkyrie's out. One last minion and it's gone again. Over the bubble, Kyeahoo steps forward. Tidal wave though onto Caliste, but BrokenBlade, moment from getting executed. The Elder, and Busio does it. The Seraphine sung her birth, maybe last longer this
3
game.
seconds.
Caps up in 3. The defense, one more wave. Elder's coming through. Busio gets tunneled out.
The rope
There's the ult, and Caps ran in, but charm. Busio with the charm. Yeah, still alive. Busio's down though. Into the egg. The Nexus is bare, but no one at KC is there.
But KC should have seen the respawn timers. They stuck around, thinking thinking that maybe Galio could get in range. They stuck around thinking that with the Elder they could still win the fight, but the Realm Warp to give SkewMond the angle allowed him access onto the backline. They take out Caliste. The Baron is available. What is this game?
Yike is running for the base though. The ult from Canna is available.
actually going.
They have to go. Yike is legging this, but Canna will have to reset. They
on a
can't
warp.
be in two places at once.
He's on a warp, but he has the Elder. He has the Elder. You can see him shining grey. Found out by Caps. Now he's running away. Caps going to continue this chase down. Turns it for an ulti though. Onto Caps, good damage, but he still wants to end the game. Canna's going to ulti in. Grand entrance.
It's a Peyz race!
access. Peyz race indeed, but G2 have an 80 carry. And Van Access versus Van Access. I think G2 just calls KC. What a way to go to Barcelona.